All right, everybody. I am so excited. I am Stefani Dunn, and this is Joel Dunn, and it's our Monday night Zoom training. And we are excited to share a little bit tonight with an amazing leader in the company. I always feel like I get a little bit more one-on-one time because she's always at the top of enrollments, doing all of the things. And she was one of the winners or one of the top six at the elite experience. And so I got a little bit of one-on-one time, and I always enjoy that with her. But if you don't know who we are, I do want to welcome you. I always forget because I'm so excited for what we have for tonight. But Joel and I have been with the company for just over 15 years. And one of the things that we did is we got started because times were tough and we just were looking for the product initially. We saw a friend, she had great results and asked her what she did. Long story short, it worked. And here we are. I was hesitant on doing the business. Um, but I thought, why not? And I always go back to that. There's going to be a lot of people that you guys talk to through the day, through the weeks, through the months, through the years that maybe they want the product, but don't ever forget to offer the opportunity because we just never know. And that was a key that I always go back to is like, what were some of those key things that she did for us? And she said, here's two ways you can get the product at a discount, or you can actually become a distributor and maybe make some extra money. So always make sure you're offering that because you never know. You could find your next Stefani and Joel Dunn. So that's what we want for you guys is don't don't take that off the table.
I mean, how many of you would like a Stephanie? And then I guess how many of you would like to include Joel with that? One or a two?
Well, they get us every week. You guys get us every week, but like we want you to be encouraged by this that one of the things that sometimes we get caught up in is we may automatically discount someone.
Hmm.
Well, they already make good money or their age. And let me tell you this is something, and I'll be sharing again at 9 o'clock on the corporate call. But one of the things I want you guys to do is just take all of that off the table. You don't know who needs this, whether it's distributor, maybe they need extra money or maybe they need extra health. We just never know. And so I don't want age. I don't want background. I don't want if they've been in college, anything, because you just never know what this business can lead for them. So, I encourage you to constantly be consistent and keep showing up. But we're gonna get right to it because this isn't about Joel and Steph
No,
tonight.
no,
This is
no.
really all about Addison.
You guys
And
didn't tune in for us. You tuned in because you knew
no,
Addison was going to be here for
you'll get
sure.
us in a little bit, but I just love having all of the different ages and levels and successes that we have on. And I do have a question. The last few Zooms, I feel like they've just been fire. And so I was like, Addison, you got to come on because I just know you're such a fire too, and you're going to bring it in a different light and what you're doing. And so are you guys loving these Zooms that we're doing? Drop a two in the chat if you're just like, yes, keep doing these. We've been encouraged by them. I feel like we're doing a really good mix. So, okay, good. I'm glad that you guys are doing that because Joel and I always want to give you the trainings that you want, not just what we feel like what we need. So I'm encouraged by that. So this tonight should be really good. If you don't have your people on, make sure you get them on because this is going to be another Zoom that you're going to want to take a lot of notes and then probably rewatch. So, I just love this girl to pieces. So I'm excited to have her unmute herself, give a quick little story, and then I've got some questions for her to go over what she's doing because I know you guys want to know how does she get in the top recruiting all the time, month after month after month. So Addison, can you unmute?
Yep.
Yay! Yay, yay, yay. Are you recovered from the experience or was it like too relaxing?
I'm getting back to it today for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just,
I'm so excited to have you on tonight and just kind of share your story of who you are, how long you've been in, and then we'll kind of jump in.
yeah, so I've been in this business for 2 years. I started this when I was 19 years old. I had just finished my first year of college. I was playing college volleyball at the time, And I ended up working 3 to 4 jobs. So I was in the medical field, I was working night shifts, I was a nanny, I was doing Uber Eats, I was doing everything I could to get some more money in, even though I was living in my parents' basement and I was still broke. I remember scraping quarters off my car floor to pay for gas to get to work, to get to the job that underpaid me. So I just watched this girl for 2 years live her dream life. 2 years. It's insane. I watched her for 2 years. And she kept reaching out to me. I kept posting host posts for her. I think I posted like 100 host posts for her. And one day at one of my 3 to 4 jobs, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to jump in. So I ended up selling my TV and selling my clothes to join. And my parents were like, oh my gosh, you're crazy. But I did it anyway. So I joined and I really just hit the ground running because I was so hungry for success and I really didn't have an option. So I just started running. I ended up I left all those jobs about 1.5 months in. And then I really just went through the ranks because I was so hungry and I was asking my leader all the questions. But since joining, I've been able to travel so much. I've been able to leave all those 3 to 4 jobs, moved out of my parents' basement. I paid off my car 2 months ago. Just really so many things that I never thought I'd be doing at 22 years old, but all because of this business.
Yeah, I love that. We're already seeing people in the chat. Like I have some people that host posts all the time for me. Like you guys keep doing that because I think that's the thing is we keep getting customers from these people and they're watching. So you just don't know. That is the key. We don't know if it's going to be one reach out, 10 reach outs. We just never know because there's somebody that's that day that Addison was just ready, like, okay, I want something different. I think one of the things about you is you're always willing to do the things that people are doing and doing extra and figuring things out. And we had this conversation. It was actually in the bus that made me go, okay, we need to talk more about chat GPT and how you work all social media and all of the things. And so I really kind of want you to hit on that because I noticed there was some key questions that you actually asked ChatGPT. And so for those of you that aren't familiar, this is going to be really helpful. So I don't want you to feel like, oh my gosh, it's going to go over my head. Again, just to kind of take notes. So walk us through, kind of how you utilize ChatGPT a little bit.
Yeah, so it's honestly the easiest thing ever. You just type in what you want to it and it gives you something back. So I'm really specific. That's super important. I'll say, can you type a caption for my gut health post on Instagram and write it like a 22-year-old woman would say it? And I'm really specific about that. Otherwise, it can sound kind of direct or monotone. So you could always say like, write it in the tone of Sadie Robertson, write it in the tone of Ed Milet, write it in the tone of someone that's country, write it in the tone of whoever, just someone that sounds like you. And that's why I always say 22-year-old woman. But I also ask it questions like, what hashtags are going viral right now? And it'll give me all these hashtags. I'll say, how many hashtags should I use on a video? I really just ask it everything because it always gives me an answer back and it's been working pretty well on my Instagram reels. I'll also say, can you make this shorter? Can you make this longer? And I really just am really specific when it comes down to it. And then I'll say like, what video content is going viral on TikTok right now? What video content is going viral on Instagram right now? And it always gives me these great ideas. It'll have your whole entire content for the whole month planned for you. So you don't have any excuse not to post content because it has it all planned for you and all these ideas, but you just have to be so specific. And then it also keeps your memory downloaded. So it'll just give me ideas now about the morning duo or the morning trio because that's what I sell, but you can make it very specific to you.
So question, I know people are like, is it an app? Like, what is it? So people are like, I join you and you're like, okay, what do I do? So what would you tell them? Where would they go get Chat GPT?
So you just download it. It's an app. That's what I do at least.
Yep. So, and a lot of it, you're seeing AI and different things and even Facebook and all of that. But you guys, one of the things that she said, she's very specific. So utilize it and start asking the question. So if if you're doing it, Addison, what are your top 5 asks? I know you said 22-year-old girl or 22-year-old. What are your top 5 questions that you ask specifically for your post? Now, again, guys, this is just kind of an outline, but I want you to hear what she's asking it.
Yeah, so I'll always say, let me get to the specifics, but I'll always say like, what is a good caption for my Instagram reel about the morning trio? And it has that memory downloaded about the morning trio, so it kind of knows about it, but then I'll kind of tweak that to my own. I don't just like copy and paste it all the time because I want to make it sound like myself too. But that's the first thing. If I need something for a story, like an Instagram story, I'll be like, what is like write a caption for my Instagram story about my morning trio, and it'll write a caption for it. And then I'll say, like, for the videos and stuff, I'll be like, what are 5 ideas for my morning trio to post on TikTok? And I just ask it those questions. But I can send what I send to Chat GPT in the chat too. I'm just looking
Okay.
at it right now.
Yeah. I'm sure you guys want that, right? Everybody, yes, put your hand up. They're writing it.
And guys, while she's doing that, here's something about ChatGPT. It is so easy to use. Any question that you could think of that you would like to ask on this Zoom or ask on a Zoom or ask your upline, ask it.
Mhm.
See what it gives you as an answer. And if you don't like the answer, then ask your upline. But get used to using it as a tool to create content, to ask questions, to broaden everything that you're doing because there's so much available through it. And like she was saying, the more you use it, the more it knows you,
Mhm.
the more it remembers the things that you're talking about, and the more it starts to sound and tailor things more like you.
I think even a couple of weeks ago when we had Taylor on, she said she uses Chat GPT to even do like host to post, you guys, if you're utilizing that. And if you don't know what host to post is, you're gonna want to go back and again for newbies, this is a starting point. You're gonna go back, you're gonna hear kind of the same thing over and over. But with host to post, you want to use it, but you also want to tweak it. So Chat GPT, you can say, you know, her morning trio, just a little blurb and say, I want to change this by 10%, 20%, and it will update it automatically for you. So you're not trying to think of like, I don't know how to change this, or I don't know what to say today. I don't know what kind of quote to give today. You know, you can ask it on like it gives it and then post it. So you may be a busy, like Addison was at the beginning, working 3 to 4 jobs or even 2 jobs, and you have kids. You want a day of content so you can literally have everything ready for you to go and saved and then start sharing as you go. Okay, I think, did you get that all uploaded or not yet? I'm looking to see if you put it in the chat.
Yeah, I can just read them off if you want me
Okay.
to.
Yeah, read them
Yep.
off for the people and then we'll go back.
So this is just something that I posted this week and last week, but it says write an Insta caption about greens, make it short, write it like a 22-year-old woman wrote it. That's how simple it is. And then the second one is write a topic for this Instagram idea. And then I say day 1 of posting ... because I've been kind of playing around if I want to do that topic for Instagram Reels. Another one was like, for example, we had our disco cowgirl party. I said disco cowgirl content ideas for Instagram Reels and TikTok. List 10. So if you want 10, it'll just spit out 10. If you want 1, you can say list 1. If you want 20, it'll list 20. Another one I had was, again, what Instagram Reels are going viral right now centered around gut health and bloating. And then it'll give me like 10 things that are going viral right now about gut health and bloating. But that's what I have for
I
wording
mean,
wise.
you guys, it sounds so simple, right? Also, I want to be a 22-year-old girl, so I'm gonna ask it the same thing. I'm just kidding. But it's just like you literally can do that. Like it takes out for so many of you the fear of what to write or where do I go? What do I do? And so you're definitely utilizing this. So that was just something like, I'm like, okay, more and more people just need to hear about it because we don't talk about it all the time. And you think, oh my gosh, Addison, you have like the best captions. But one of the things that I caught when you were like, you can ask it what's gone viral. And that's what you guys want. You want the hashtags that are viral. You want to be able to have your content be pushed out so that there's more eyes on you. So that was something that I was like, oh yeah, I don't really necessarily do that. And I need to do that. And I've been applying, you guys, over this last month, everybody's tips, and it's changed my business. It's just elevated it that much more. So you need to not only listen to these tips, but start and trying. And it's going to feel weird at first, but you just need to do that. So, you know, you're consistently enrolling like crazy. Do you think that it's because you're utilizing this? Like, what do you think that are some tips for you being so successful in your enrollments?
I think it's just staying consistent on the days that you don't want to. Because I'm still doing all the other things on the daily to-do list, but I feel like my video content has definitely leveled up because it's more organized now. It's not just like a random idea that I put on my page, but I post my Instagram story every single day. I'm talking to my girls every single day. I'm still doing follow-ups. Follow-ups are key. That's actually where most of my customers are coming from. I posted a video from 2 years ago on my TikTok and it went viral this morning. So posting the video content is so important. No matter if it's something you made 2 years ago, no matter if your hair is in a messy bun, it doesn't matter. Get the video content out because it doesn't only work for me, but it works for my team too. I'm also sending out messages on Facebook. I'm doing host posts. We're definitely a team that works on all platforms. So we're not just doing video content, but Chat GPT has definitely helped with my posts and it's helped with my content ideas, but I'm still doing everything else. And I'm still doing like for host to post, I do my reach outs, but I also get the coffee host to post up. I don't do the gummies one. I just do the coffee one.
Yeah, I mean, again, you guys will hear this, like, what do people do? It's finding what you kind of are passionate about. So if you're new, fall in love with something. I don't care what it is. It might be hair vitamin, it might be gut health, it might be burn. You might see something that you've taken that you just absolutely love, and you're going to lean into that a little bit more. So whatever, you're falling in love with is a little bit easier to market as well and to talk about. So I love that. But if you can, you can see the trend with us. And most of the time with the packs, it's either 30-day drop or gut health or 30-day drop add aloe. Like there's some very similar packs that are being sold. And I think that that's key is like, yeah, if you're talking about coffee, you're not just selling coffee, right? Yeah, I'm sure you've got scripts to like upsell. So I think your non-negotiables, run through those again, kind of what your day looks like for a new distributor coming in. If you're like, okay, these are the top, this is what you need to do.
So my first non-negotiable is self-development, whether that means listening to a podcast, reading my devotional in the morning, how you start your day is so important. So self-development is my number one. Number two, is checking in with my girls. But if you're new, definitely checking with your leader. That's super important. Ask for the next task. My third non-negotiable is following up because I'm proof. I mean, just followed up with me for 2 years. So following up works. Following up on all platforms, iMessage, Messenger, Instagram. And then another non-negotiable is showing my face on my story or making the products, me making the products and posting on my stories. And then video content is another one of my non-negotiables. I mean, if it was perfect, the sending out messages would be another non-negotiable, but the video content really has produced for me. And even in the beginning, I had a ring light in my basement after my night shift at 5 a.m. and my TikToks were still going viral because I was so consistent every single day, like 3 to 5 TikToks a day, every single day, Instagram Reels. But yeah, those are my non-negotiables.
Uh, And again, you guys can choose these because mine is a little bit different and that's okay. So we want to make sure that you get everything to go here, start here, and you can do all of the things.
Guys, we give you a buffet. You have all of the stuff out there to choose from. It's your job to take your plate and go pick the things that you want and to do it.
Well, and I think this about, when people are like, gosh, Addison, how are you so successful? Or Steph and Joel, how are you so successful? And Joel and I had this conversation today, and it's because I make a decision to do the work and to do the follow-ups, whether that's getting in my stories or not, or going back through and looking at my host to post, going back through and making sure that, hey, I know I messaged you yesterday. Did you get a chance to look at it? So following up for me is probably 90% of my business. It's not a one touch point for a majority of things. So, okay, you can say.
So with that, for the new people that are like, I don't have people to follow up with, the main 80% of your business is getting your network wider, getting the followers, getting the interaction, getting the people so that you have the people to consistently have follow up with.
Yeah. I mean, Christmas cash is here, and I know that you might already have it or it's staying close, and having that. So, coming in, and maybe people have been in for a little while, but we're talking a lot about Christmas cash because you guys, $1,000 is a lot right now. I mean, it is a lot that could help your family out so much. And you can get it multiple times. So if you were talking to someone new, maybe they've been in 6 months and you're like, okay, I want to actually, I should ask this question. Drop a one. Who wants to make Christmas cash this month? Drop a one. It should be every single person. And So I want to know, like, okay, talk to us brand new, or you're like, I'm committed. What are you telling them to do?
So they go through one-on-one training, obviously, but if I was to tell someone that just came in, I would just say go for it. Like, why not you? And I guess the non-negotiables for me are like video content. That's like duplicatable on our team, but find what works for you and just run with that. I know it's host posts for some people. Our team, we personally do host posts on TikTok, and that's been really well. But just go for it. And I don't know how like your training goes, but video content is just huge for us. So I would just say stay consistent every single day. Do your non-negotiables, find your 5 non-negotiables because all of us have 5 minutes, 15 minutes all throughout the day. And again, I was working 3 to 4 jobs when I first joined. So my non-negotiables were getting out those messages, growing my network, following up, doing all those things because I mean, consistency is key when it comes down to it. I was consistent in the beginning, I'm still consistent now. That's what it comes down to. So for me personally, I would say video content, reach out messages, host a post, and growing your network because those are really important. But yeah.
I think you just blew everybody's minds with host a post on TikTok because the chat just went insane. So now we're
Yeah,
gonna have you go over that.
yeah, you have to
You
elaborate now. You're like,
you open Pandora's box.
yep, so you got to explain a little bit.
Yeah, okay. So we do host posts on TikTok and my last one actually just got over 30,000 views. And so they'll comment, I'll be like, post or comment where you're from, and then they'll comment where they're from. And then I say, okay, DM me December on Instagram. So they'll DM me December on Instagram. And then I'll say, okay, post this Instagram reel on your story for an entry, and they do, and then I offer the business or offer the products. And that's something that has grown my network so much. And even new girls coming in, it's so easy for them because all they have to do is post a video of themselves or post a video of the ocean or whatever it is because everyone wants money. And then it also grows their network. And then it also offers the business opportunity, it also offers the product. So that's what we do for TikTok host posts.
So really, it's getting them off of one platform to another.
Yeah.
And then sending
If
them
you're
back to the
growing your
platform.
TikTok,
Yep.
you're growing your TikTok and you're growing your Instagram.
Yeah, I think that's the key that most people don't know that they can kind of inbred or, go cross lines with different platforms. So it's getting them over to multiple platforms is all. I think, do you guys, that makes sense? So you do the viral video, have them, okay, say it one more time.
So, okay, they'll comment on my TikTok and I can read the wording too. But they comment on my TikTok and then I like comment back and I say DM me December on Instagram. So they'll DM me December on Instagram and I'm like, "Hey, so excited. All you have to do is post this Instagram reel. It's one of my Instagram reels on my profile to their story." And then once they post it, I'm like, "Thanks so much.
Mhm.
We're having a sale right now on our gut health pack. And I also have a few positions open to make an extra income. Do either of those interest you? If they don't, cool. They got their post up and it's also growing my network. And the reel is usually a product one.
Mhm.
So it's also getting people interested in the products and it can be a business one too. It
Yeah,
just depends on what you need at that point.
I love that. It's no different than doing another hosted post as if they're going to post for us the same. It's the same thing, you guys, just in a little bit different way because TikTok is more free. Like it literally, you can get there and you don't know what's going to happen and to have that viral. So I want them to know this. When you're saying message me on Instagram, where are your handles at? I want people to know this because this is important. If you don't have them linked or how you have them directed to it, because people may have a TikTok and don't have your Facebook, you don't have your Instagram, any of those on there. So when you say that, where did they find your Instagram at?
So it's always linked on my TikTok, but if you can't link it, because I know some people can't for some reason, I don't know why TikTok does that. I'll just put my Instagram handle next to it because I go through my comments daily and some people are like, "Where's your Instagram?" And
Mhm.
so I'll just type my little handle right there next to their comment.
Yeah. So there you go. Because I knew that was going to be a question. I was like, they're going to know. Kind of knew the answer. But again, you guys kind of make that a daily, like, how can you grow outside of that? And I think that's super helpful for, especially for newbies. Like, I love that. We're all about growing your network and getting more eyes. So this is great for newbies, but it's also if you feel like you're in a bubble right now, if you just feel like you flatlined, this is a great way to go utilize anything. Did you see any other comments on there or questions? I don't know if I saw anything else on. I think you're giving them the post to do in Instagram, right?
Yeah, I just saw someone's question that says, do they tag you when they post the reel to their story? So it automatically tags me, because they can just click on the reel and it goes to my profile. So they don't have to tag me, but most of them do put my Instagram handle, but it automatically puts my Instagram handle in their story because the reel, if once you repost it, you can just tap on the Instagram reel and then it says my little Instagram handle and then you can click it.
Yeah, I think that again, some people have no clue. They're like, where do I even begin? And so breaking it down like this, I appreciate you just kind of walking people kind of through the baby steps because even people when they are on TikTok and they have it and they haven't even thought to bring them over to their Instagram to have people share that. And then the same thing, you guys are just adding them into the giveaways and whatever giveaway you're in. But really that's it, isn't it? It's not a lot. And I think it may feel a lot because it's new. It's like anything that you do, it feels like, oh my gosh, this feels so uncomfortable to do. And I remember feeling that in so many different ways. But once you do it and start using it, it's like, how come people just don't do it? So again, you guys, you have to get in. You won't break anything. I think that's the good thing. Like TikTok and even just getting on Instagram and even if you didn't have TikTok, you can still do this in Instagram, you guys. You can still have people share in their stories and it'll bring it back. And I honestly haven't done that in a long time. So I need to do that because I need to get my Instagram back up. Still crazy that my Instagram is gone. I'm bitter about it, but no excuses here. So she put what's your TikTok name, Addison?
Addison May 13.
Yeah.
Addison May 13.
Okay. So you guys have that. Any last minute, like, man, this is just, they need to hear this.
So when I first started, I don't know if anyone knows this, but I didn't know how to work Facebook or TikTok. I knew how to work Instagram, but I didn't know how to work Facebook or TikTok. So I definitely know if I'm like the queen of TikTok now, you can figure out video content and you can go crazy on video content because we have moms on our team. We have girls in college on our team. There's so many people on our team from all different places, but they're posting this video content and it's going crazy because they're showing their lives. Be relatable. We have so many people on our team that are like, oh, I'm scared to post like me going to class or like who would be interested in my life. And I'm like, I wish I would have started posting when I was working 3 to 4 jobs in this business because people want to see that so much. They want to see how relatable you are. And so my advice would just be to post about your life because people follow you for a reason. And when you build that relationship, I feel like your audience grows even faster.
Yeah, we talked about this too on the bus about you guys know one of my best friends is Lori Conway, and she has millions of followers on all platforms. And, we're talking, a lot of people are like, well, I don't look like this, or do I have to be put together? You just need to show up because you're going to find your right market. And, Lori has always been like in my mind, she's a mom of four, she's always been crazy busy. And that's how she ended up being crazy busy mama because that was her. She hasn't changed who she is. She just decided to show it. And then from there, hey, here's some quick, easy meals. So you are the brand. And we talked about that a little bit of like, well, I'm not this, but you just being you, that's the brand. And I think people think, well, I need this and I need that. And it's no, when you want something bad enough, you just do it. And I think that that's looking back, you were sick and tired of working 3 to 4 jobs, never having money. You sold stuff to get started. And that's where me and Joel were at, you guys. We were sick and tired of being broke, never seeing each other. We didn't know how we were going to pay for this. We overdrafted our account and we just did it because we saw this as an opportunity. Worst case scenario, I was getting products that I wanted anyway. And so that's not even bad. Like, we talked a little bit about this today too, is a friend had bought a jet company or sold a jet company. I'm like, most people don't have the money to go build and sell a jet company, but so many people have the opportunity to join this and make whatever income they want. You get to decide how much work you put into it and what that income looks like and utilize the platform. So I'm glad that shared a little bit about that because looking back, we always wish, gal, I wish I would have shown that. Gal, I wish I would have had I wish I would have had social media when I first started. We didn't even have that, you guys. So
I wish we still had MySpace. I rocked on that.
she probably wasn't even in like born yet. Like I think about that, I was like, I don't even think it's that old. But these Zooms are designed to show you guys there's so much opportunity when you decide to go, I'm just going to do something. And something like what I want you to focus on this week is literally going after 4 customers because that is $100 for you guys. Truly is so, so good. So, Addison, I just appreciate you because I love this. I was looking around the room and I was like, oh my God, she's the baby of the group and I am the old one. And it shows literally anybody can have success. It does not matter when you make the decision. But one of the things that I do know about both of us is we're very consistent. We follow up, we lean into our strengths, and we don't look left and right. We do what we need to do and we get it done. And that's what I want for you guys is don't look left and right and think, oh, I need to completely shift. This is add to, but be consistent in what you're doing because the customers and distributors will be coming. So I just love you to pieces. I'm just so proud of you for coming in and just running up. I know she's got big goals, you guys. She's going for triple diamond this month. So I know that this team is going to go make that happen. You guys are in massive momentum. And one of the things that you get to do is you get to create that momentum. So if you want momentum, don't look at your team or not your team or whatever. You go create the momentum. If you want it, the right people will go run with you. I do believe that. So, Addison, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Joel's going to close us out with prayer. And then if you guys want to hop onto the corporate call, me and Joel will be on that tonight at 9. You're
Yeah.
ready to close it? All
Heavenly
right.
Father, thank you for this amazing group. Just ask that you bless them this week, give them the things that they need to accomplish what they've set out to do. They started this week with a goal in mind. Bring everything to them that they need to accomplish that goal. Bring the right people that they need, give them the right opportunities, give them the positivity and the optimism to go out and overcome the fears that they have to do this business, God. We thank you for all the things that you do for us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. All right, guys. Have a great week. We'll see you soon.
See you guys.
Bye.